Yeah, I also recognize a few faces in chat at the moment, so that helps as well. So yeah, I will. All right. All right. You ready? Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This is Pokemon Diamond any percent. The first thing I should probably note is I'm not starting at the DS screen. The reason for that is, first of all, marathon, and I have a lot of things to set up. I have to hit a specific seed, which allows me to do specific things. I'll explain that a bit more in a second. But basically, it involves me. I have to set my DS's date and time to a very specific date and time. And then right before where I started, there's like a TV screen that I have to clear on a certain frame in order to get the right seed. And I check that by checking my trainer ID, which is the screen I started on. What that seed allows me to do is it allows me to get a perfect starter, basically, with the correct hidden power type and correct IVs. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I can't do that. Another thing, I'm playing as the girl, which is, it's not too major, but it does allow me to continue with RNG manipulation. Basically, whatever one you pick, so if you pick the girl, the professor's assistant will be the boy. And the boy has less dialogue than the girl, so it takes a lot less time to clear. And that becomes very, very important later on in the run. Another thing is the RNG in this game isn't actually completely random. That seed that I mentioned, if I'm on that same seed and I always do the exact same movement in the overworld, I can manipulate it and it'll always give me the same outcomes, except for battles. So, you'll see me doing very specific movement throughout this run. Nothing too different yet, but you'll see some rather odd movement later on in the run. So there's not too much going on at the start. It's just walking about, get your starter, doing something morally wrong, going into the grass without a Pokemon, which eventually puts us into danger. And we get to pick our Pokemon. You have the choice of Turtwig, Chimchar, or Piplup, but we use Chimchar for this run because he's the fastest for the start of the game. This is actually probably one of the most annoying fights in the entire game if you're trying to go for world record. Because this Starly has Growl, and that'll make you have to hit it 3 times instead of 2, which wastes 7 seconds. So, and that 7 seconds is very difficult to get back in this run, because pretty much any time loss will come from hitting spinners or getting bad battles, which is really, really annoying. I have chat open, by the way, so if anyone has any run-related questions, I'm happy enough to answer them. So, Barry tells us that his Pokemon might get even more hurt. Pokemon name is Spazzer. Okay. Did it end up winning in the end? That's good. So any actual important RNG manipulation is actually over at this stage. The only manipulation that actually mattered was getting my starter. I specifically mentioned Hidden Power a while ago because that's a move that we're going to use quite a lot. Well, it's not used so much, but it is very important in a few fights. Most notably, the first gym leader. because Chimchar has a massive type disadvantage. So we confessed to our mom that we were very, very bad, but she doesn't seem to care that we were in danger, but that's fine. So we unlock the most important thing in the game, which is running shoes, which for some reason we need special shoes to run. And this is where you're going to start seeing some more weird movement. And what all this allows me to do is this allows me to manipulate no encounters and potentially spinners later in the run. How on earth can I tolerate playing Diamond enough to start running it? It's actually very, very fun to run. Didn't enjoy it as much casually, but it's a very, very fun. It's a very fun game to run. So this is where we're going to get to nickname. Spazzer. I can't do, I've just spelt that wrong. Nice one. E-R. My goodness, where is R? There we go. I can shift down to lower text, because what that does is that advances the RNG. And then my manipulation will be gone. And obviously we want that RNG manipulation for no encounters, so we can get a faster time. So we get given the Pokedex with the hope that we will catch every Pokemon in the region, even though we literally only use our starter for this run, because we're doing some glitches. Like, you'll see the same glitch quite frequently at the very end of the run. But we only actually do 2 gym leaders, and then we just glitch the game to win. So, standard tutorial that no one really needs probably at this stage unless they're a new player.
Would now be a good time for donations?
Oh yes, definitely, because it's just running back and forth now.
Would now be a good time for donations?
Sorry for my audio. That's okay though. I have a lot of donations.
Sorry for my audio.
We are dangerously
That's
close
okay,
to
though.
10K.
I
have $6 from DK Koba, who says
a
Pride,
lot of donations.
which I believe is
We
for
are
naming
dangerously
the
close to
character,
10K.
naming the main Pokemon Pride.
I have $6
I
from
have
DK Koba, who says Pride.
Dorkmaster Fleck,
for naming the character,
with
naming
the
main Pokemon
comment
Pride.
Spazer.
I have
Spazer.
Dorkmaster Fleck.
I have $25 from
comment
Uko, who says,
Spazer.
hopefully I get enough sleep before my run tonight, LMAO.
Spazer.
Let's hit 10K while I'm conked.
I have
conked out.
$25 from Uko, who says,
Heck yeah,
hopefully I get
I
enough
agree,
sleep before my run
Uko,
tonight,
let's do that.
LMAO.
Let's hit 10K while I'm conked. I'm conked out.
Oops, I am echoing.
Heck yeah, I agree, Uko, let's do that. Oops, I am echoing. Now we should be good. I have $25 from Fufoof. Naming the main Pokemon Pride. I have $20 from Dorkmaster Fleck, who says, I said Spazer, with a little less than 3 heart. And Eon, $20 for naming the Earthbound Party member's girl. Antinomy says, thank you for having my back, Fleck. Spazer for life. That's towards Spazer. Hoodless Mads with $10. Pride for the Pokemon. From Fufoof towards Pride. Others from DK Koba, once again, with Pride. Yeah, did I already say? 15 from PUWP. This one might be a new one. That's also
Alright,
towards Prime. So
The next lot of text boxes after this catching tutorial are very,
I'm all
very
done for
important.
now.
RNG
Thanks.
is advancing during these text boxes, so I need to mash really quickly through it. That'll allow me to keep the RNG manipulation going. If I mash too slowly, then I'll get encounters and obviously wasting a lot of time. I think it's like 25, no, it's 20 to 25 seconds per encounter, which is really annoying. And you'll see even more weird movement here. And then we're advance on. Ah, I've screwed up. Right, okay. Right, what you're supposed to do there, I messed up. I didn't go down an extra tile. Which is really, really annoying that I messed it up this early. Oh, it has Intimidate as well. More text boxes, that's annoying. But we're obviously going to be getting encounters here, but the encounter rate in this game isn't too terrible, so, and we get repels after the first gym anyway, so it's not too bad. So this is the first trainer fight of the entire game, and honestly it's the most annoying one. Because this star also has Growl, and it also has Quick Attack as well. So ideally we want a Quick Attack, because Growl just extends the amount of turns that we have. Attack again, that's not great. Want to see some tackles. That could potentially be pretty good. Tackle. If I was doing an actual run, I would risk this. Because the AI in this game is completely random. There's no rhyme or reason to anything the game does. Like, it could have killed me with a quick attack there, but it went for a tackle anyway. You can get yourself out of really tight situations with stupid things like that. I don't see the point, but... Get our first level up, nothing important at all. But... Yep.
we have time for a donation. I have one. Or not a donation rather, but just an announcement saying that in case you did not know, Spazer won. I just wanted to specifically say that, and the incentive is closed officially. So I didn't get a chance to say that on stream. Still a little frazzled after the. I now realize that this is obvious now that I think of it, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that it was officially closed, and.
Level 7, this is where we get one of the more important moves that we're going to use. I should also explain, Chimchar has an ability called Blaze. It basically means that if his health is below 1/3, any fire type moves do more damage. I can't remember the exact multiplier, but if I was in Blaze, I have a 50% chance to one-shot that Bidoof. Hopefully only one more encounter for the rest of this route. Kind of annoying that I messed it up that early. Oh wow. Next tile encounter. Very cool game. The encounter rate isn't that bad, he said. This fight isn't as bad. This guy just has a Shinx, which is actually a range. There's a chance to not two-hit this Shinx, which is really frustrating. It's only happened to me once, but... I really want to see Tackle here. Good. Because what I'm then going to do is I'm going to heal here. That'll bring me back up to full health, and then I want to see Leer. Tackle. Okay. It doesn't matter too much. It just puts me in a slightly worse position. Oh, come on. Wow, the encounters are not being nice to me right now. All these ones with Intimidated, just wasting my time. Right, so now we get to go off to Jubilife City. Which is like the first major place you visit in the entire game. We will be back here later. This is where all the major glitching pretty much goes down. This is the last place we'll visit before we win. We go off to the trainer school to meet our rival. And give him that parcel that we were entrusted with. You'll notice that my player name is I. There is no particular reason for that at all. It's just, you'll notice whenever the player name comes up, it just makes the game flow a wee bit nicer, like, oh, I delivered the parcel, instead of, like, your player name delivered the parcel. So we have to talk to these two, and defeating these two will give us the TM Hidden Power, which is very important. You'll see that used actually in the fight after these two. These Abras can be really, really frustrating to fight against. If either of them crit me, it's really, really bad. I should also explain for anyone who doesn't know what critical hits are. It's a 6.25% chance to do double damage. And these Abras can do up to 10 damage. So that's like 20 damage, which is nearly dead for us. This guy is slightly weaker. He does a little bit less damage than the girl does. That's probably just because we level up, though. Oh, we got the move Taunt there. I think, do we have it now? I think it's after this fight, maybe we get it? No, we have it now. But we don't actually use that at all. We're actually going to be getting rid of it after this fight. So, we're going to get TM here, and we're going to immediately teach it. Currently, we're good, even though we've only done like 10 fights so far. I don't know exactly how that works. Go into your bag, teach Hidden Power. We're gonna be, yeah, like I said, we're gonna be getting rid of Taunt here, because it's completely useless. And time to advance. This would be a very, very important part of the run if I had RNG manipulation. You'll notice that I'll actually pause on the final text box here. Just like the tiniest wee bit. See there? In the bottom right hand corner, there's normally like a wee down. There's like a wee arrow to tell you that you can continue. And like press A or whatever to move on to the next text box. On some text boxes, that's not actually there. And what that allows you to do is you can clear that text box with a directional input, and that allows you to skip turn frames, and that's very helpful for RNG manipulation. Another thing that I would be doing if I had RNG manipulation still is I'd be bonking into NPCs, like I'd be walking into them, and that's to help align the RNG, because it's very, very difficult to talk to the clowns there it's just very difficult to talk to them frame perfectly. So we bonk the NPCs just to line up the RNG again. I'd go on and I'd bonk that man there in the bottom left. Then we just go on to our rival. explain how hidden power works. I'm actually not entirely sure what determines its type, but I know that it can be manipulated, and that's actually really good. I've used the complete wrong move. I've just realized I've used hidden power on this thing. That shouldn't actually matter now that I think about it, because I'm in Blaze now. Okay. Okay, that ended up not mattering. You're supposed to use Ember twice there. Different combination of IVs. Okay. So because I didn't get Growl, I can do the slightly faster fight here of scratching this Piplup and then use it in hidden power. Don't crit me, please. Thank you. So we are gonna have to heal before the first gym, which is slightly annoying, but I was kind of expecting to have to. Just after this fight is another set of text boxes where RNG is advancing, so I'd have to mash through here really quickly. But because I don't have RNG manipulation still going, it doesn't matter. I'd also be bonking into that girl right there to help align RNG a bit more. Wow, last tile. That is really, really annoying. There's only like 2 more areas with encounters that I have to go through, so. So this kind man is going to tell us that we're pretty new, and he's going to give us HMO6, which is Rock Smash, which we will be teaching in just a minute. But we can't actually use it yet, outside of battle. It would have made more sense for him to give it to us on the way back, because we don't actually use it for a wee while yet. Running around these trainers. 1 encounter in that, that's not bad at all. This guy's just going to completely insult us and call us a noob, even though we literally only started like 10 minutes ago? No, half an hour ago. We only just started our journey and we're already being called a noob. You'd be doing more specific movement here. You'd be doing a combination of walking and taking extra steps. So we're gonna really want as few encounters in here as possible, because it is really annoying getting through this place, even with RNG manipulation. Because you have to do... There's a lot of walking you have to do in here. You have to walk some tiles and run some tiles. Zubat. Honestly, the bane of my existence playing this game casually. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna get this escape rope. That just means we don't have to run out of the mine again. We can just escape rope out. Saves a bit of time. And so we don't have to try and get RNG manipulation past that. So normally you'd have to talk to your rival to figure out the gym leader Rourke is actually in here. But, I mean, she spawns in here anyway without you needing to do that. So she walks off back to the gym. And we're going to teach Rock Smash. Replacing Scratch. His Scratch is completely useless now. Only used it for a few fights. I'm also going to heal so we don't get killed by Rourke. Just run onto the gym. We get to skip every gym trainer in here, which is really nice. I believe in Platinum you have to fight them, but we can just skip them here. first major battle of the game, and it's honestly one of the easiest ones. We just use hidden power on literally everything. However, we still can die. We one-shot this Geodude and the Onyx that's coming up. His Onyx, not her Onyx. I think I called work a girl a minute ago. It's really neat that we can manipulate this stuff, because without this, I think before RNG manipulation, you had to fight things in order to evolve into a Monferno. And that would just waste a bunch of time. We get Monferno obviously later. This Pokemon he's about to send out, Cranidos, is literally the only concerning thing about this fight. You have to use hidden power on it 3 times. Because for some reason, the AI is programmed that if the health of their Pokemon is below 50%, they heal. It's really, really weird. It's really stupid. So even though they're in no danger whatsoever, they're gonna heal. Just wastes time. And critting Cranidos on the first turn, it saves like 40 seconds, I think. It's a lot of time. First gym leader down of 8 that we're supposed to fight, but because we're speedrunners, we only have to fight 2. So there's our badge. Now we're going to go to the Pokemart and get repels to get rid of all those pesky encounters. Also, something else I should note, this just popped into my head. RNG doesn't advance in certain buildings. Like, in here, it does advance because NPCs are moving, but in places that NPCs aren't moving, RNG isn't advancing. So as long as you don't take extra steps in those places, your RNG manipulation is fine. So Rival's just gonna whack into us, even though he could clearly see we're right in front of him. Maybe he just wants attention. I don't know. Barry is actually probably the rival I hear the most complaints about, although I can't understand why. I can see how you can get kind of annoying, but... Back to Jubilife again. This isn't where we're going to be doing glitches, but... we get to meet up with the professor again. For pretty much the last time. We do see him later. Well, we don't see him, but he is there. We get to beat up Team Galactic people. Team Galactic is the evil team of this generation, and quite frankly, probably my favorite of them all. Only one that actually got anything really done. Albeit their grunts weren't the most intelligent. This fight can be really annoying. If Turtwig doesn't use Tackle on this Zubat and he uses Absorb instead, it can waste quite a lot of time because it means we have to spend an extra turn. Does use Tackle, that's really good. Don't have to waste any time now. Alternatively, if he does use Absorb, but you're in Blaze, the Ember still kills, which is really nice. So we're gonna get our evolution now. Which, it is quite crucial for one of the next major fights. It is nice to see Monferno. gonna get a new move, Mach Punch, which is the exact same damage as Rock Smash, but it's a priority move, which means it always goes first. So we get ranted at about evolution. And then, curiously, any of this dialogue about the professor's research being bound to evolution has nothing to do with the main game, nor does it ever get mentioned again. It's really annoying. Like, some people did actually want to know. Like, it would be cool to figure out how he knows what evolves and what doesn't. But these text boxes, RNG is also advancing through. And if I had RNG manipulation, you'd see me do a bunch of extra movement here to manipulate spinners. But this is the first spinner of the game. And I get hit, obviously. Cool. That quick turn thing is a really common thing that happens, especially in this game. I've noticed it happens a lot. She only has a bit of, so it's fine. Every spinner that's in this run, they aren't too bad to hit. This next one that we have to dodge twice, which basically means, because it's also a marathon, I'm basically guaranteed to hit her. This is where Rock Smash is going to come in handy, and it's the only instance outside of battle that I actually use it. Ah, come on! Wow. Nice. This is probably the worst spinner to hit. Well, it's not the worst, but it's the second worst to hit because she is 2 Pokemon. Alright. So, we just glide through Floroma Town. There's literally nothing to do here. It is literally just a pass-through town. So you have to speak to this little girl, whose dad is being bullied. We get that Pecha Berry. I'll explain the Pecha Berry in a bit, whenever we actually get to the fight that it matters. So we need to talk to the girl to trigger this. I'm pretty sure you can't actually do anything with this if you haven't talked to the girl. For the first time... No, it's not this fight, actually. It's the next fight. For the first time, we won't get to one-shot a Team Galactic's Pokemon. Level 15. That's really early to get level 15. You normally don't get it until... It's after the next fight, I'm pretty sure. Oh, something I actually forgot to explain was my options. I got so caught up with the seed and all at the very beginning. I obviously put the text speed to fast, so I could clear everything faster. I turned battle animations off because that just wasted a ton of time. I also turned on an additional option called L equals A, which basically just allows me to use L as an additional A input. So I effectively have 3 buttons to mash with, except for 2. Sorry, instead of 2. This is the first Pokemon belonging to Team Galactic that we can't one-shot. Unless we crit it. Oh, I thought that was a critical. So they immediately just run away. Yeah, if you just go straight to the Valley Windworks, which is where we're just about to go, you can't get in with that without the key, which is, yeah, you get the key here. So you have to fight these two. There's no way around it. So this fight here is where the move Mach Punch is going to come in really handy. This Glammeow that he's about to send out has Fake Out, which is a priority move that makes you flinch. So it wastes a turn. You have to go through another one because you can't do anything. But using Mach Punch has the same priority, so it's basically whoever's faster. And in this case, Monferno is faster. So we just outspeed this Glammeow and destroy it. Level 16, wow, you're not supposed to get that for another fight next. Fury Swipes. Completely useless move. Because it is a marathon, I am going to heal. I know I would normally just take this health here, and I wouldn't heal. So let's heal up. Get near enough full, that should be fine. We're gonna give this Pecha Berry. What the Pecha Berry does is if you get poisoned, it just gets rid of it for you. And hopefully it's the next fight, because there's another spinner here that we have to dodge. Who I am literally so wary of. Good. That's the first time I've ever gotten past that spinner without RNG manipulation. So this fight, Mars, this girl's called Mars, she's one of the commanders. She is a Zubat, which is really, really annoying. You have a chance to hit it, but most of the time you're not going to get the 2-hit. But it also has Toxic, and that gives you the very badly poisoned status. Got the burn, that's really good. So because of that burn, we are going to be able to 2-hit it. And this is everyone's favorite Pokemon. Purugly. Stuff of nightmares. That anyone who has ever played a Sinnoh game probably hates. We got Scratch, we didn't get Fake Out, that's really good. Rock Smash has a chance to lower the defense of our opponent, which we really want. That's really good. That allows us to skip Leer, and we can just Mach Punch and kill it. That was a really good fight. Couldn't have asked for a better one. Ali, I'm going to get the special Pokemon at the very end. Yes, I should explain that, actually. You normally don't catch another Pokemon in this run, but I am going to, and for reasons that will become clear later on. The balloon Pokemon that she's referencing is a Drifloon, which only comes by on a certain day of the week. So there is another spinner here. Thankfully, it's the final spinner of the entire game. Well, that we will see. I'm not actually going to take that. I'm going to make him look towards me before I chance that. Because I did not trust that at all. I don't even need that repel. That's just reflex to pick that up. So we meet a lovely green-haired girl called Cheryl. Who basically just heals our Pokemon. Other than that, she's useless. Okay. Now this is the most trolly fight in the entire game. It is so annoying. The boy has, I think it's the girl that has a Pachirisu. It's just the most annoying thing to fight ever. We really want to see it use Bide here, because it will use Bide on Chansey, which is the Pokemon that Cheryl has. And it has so much HP, it can tank literally anything. Suppose I bash Cheryl for being useless, but she's actually not. She's actually pretty useful. Don't you dare paralyze Chansey. Good. So Egg Bomb, that is going to help us slightly. We're going to be one-shotting all the bugs because they have really annoying moves. That Beautifly has Gust, which does a lot of damage to us. It's 20 to 24 damage, according to my notes. That's a lot, considering the fact we only have like 50. And that Wurmple. Oh, soft-boiled. Useless. That Wurmple has String Shot. Which just lowers our speed, which means the Beautifly is then faster than us and it can use Gust. It's just a spiral downhill, so we need to clear the bugs. And I said Pachirisu is the most annoying, but yeah, I let it stay. And it's for that exact reason, that it's just really annoying to fight Beautifly and everything with lower speed. Because I'm also slower than Pachirisu. And I crit Pachirisu. That's really good. That's actually a really nice fight. That can go so much worse. Get to move on to the most useless people ever. They only have Abras, which surprisingly do have moves other than Teleport. I see a comment about the classic Gen 4 HP bars. They're honestly so annoying. In this game, they go down really slow. The battle engine in this game is unbearable. It's really tedious to play. I really want Chansey to use Egg Bomb on the same Abra as me, so I'll kill it. And hopefully, I'll get... Hopefully I'll get Flame Wheel off this. I level up. Attacked a different one. But critical hit, that is really nice. I did get the level up. This will give me Flame Wheel, which I'm going to replace Hidden Power, or Mach Punch rather. I replaced Hidden Power with Mach Punch. So Mach Punch is now gone. Use another Repel. There's no more fights for the rest of this forest, which is really nice. There's only the two. Only the two doubles. And then she says goodbye to us without giving us any reward whatsoever for helping her. Which is a really nice thing. Thank you so much. Oh, what's really neat is we can just head straight for the gym. Straight to the gym, and because we have a fire type, we can just destroy everything, because this is a grass type gym. This is supposed to be some sort of maze with a really awkward camera angle, but since I know where everything is, it's not really challenging at all. This is where the healing comes in really handy. It means we have full health for the gym leader fight, which is really, really handy. Because even though it is a grass type gym, it is a really, really annoying fight. It can potentially kill me. And a death at this stage is a really bad thing. For some reason they changed in Pokemon Platinum whenever you enter Eterna City. They set your death warp there, so if you die, you just go to the Pokemon Center in Eterna. It doesn't do that in this game, and we're right back at our hometown. So that's like, what, 5 to 10 minutes of just running back up here. They'll give you hints towards the next trainer, which, to be honest, I didn't find helpful at all. They just don't seem to be rammed in a different corner of the gym. Now would be a really good time for donations because it's just running about. If there are any.
All that. Sorry, I lost my button there. No donations right now. At chat and any other viewers. But we have a couple of remaining. Do we? Yeah, we have the Earthbound name incentives. Those are pretty much it that are left at this point. We have the stunning upset of George Wood is now in second after Mr. Resetti. Girl is now number 1 for Earthbound. And then after that, it's all out of order. So, get your donations in if you want to have any better ideas than Girl, or if you want Girl to have a bigger lead. If you think you have any better ideas than Girl. But yeah, and there's pretty much it. So, nearing the end. We're surprisingly back on our original schedule from before, after that very fast FF4 rando race. I'm excited to see 40 and Mobius Square, Seraph block, as it were, and then we'll have a fun community segment. And Zelda Pyramid, Zelda Rando 1 player 2 seeds. And it's really not that much left coming up on the end here, so very exciting.
And the Pokets, yeah.
They really like the Pokemon.
They're really nice addition. I actually haven't noticed that
Pikachu
before.
rather in the
Right, this is the really annoying gym leader fight that I was talking about. It can go horribly wrong.
Friend, just hanging out with
this Turtwig here, I have a 15 in 16 chance to kill this with a flame wheel. But, marathon luck, it probably won't happen. See, we got it, nice. But the real problem is this Roserade that she's about to send in. I can't just one-shot it, I have to set up a layer first, so I can do more damage. Additionally, it is a speed tie, so it's only a chance that I'll outspeed it. I really don't want to see Stun Spore here. Magic Leaf is pretty good. And if I just win the speed tie, this is phenomenal. Good. That's a really good fight. Only thing that would have been better was if she used Stun Spore and then missed.
I'm back again to I'm back again to say that May is now in the lead with $30 over Girl with 29. So get those donations in. That's a $7 donation from an anonymous. So things are heating up in the Earthbound party names incentive.
Really close to that 10k mark right now.
Yeah, Tetra was just saying, are we really only $161 away from 10k? You know, I think we'll
Yeah.
we'll be getting close soon here. I mean, well, we're already close. You know, statistically, we're 98% of the way there. But you know, we'll I don't know. I believe in
Get
you
our
all.
first run-in with the champion there, although she doesn't actually tell us that she is the champion. And she gives us cut, which conveniently is the thing that we need, like, right now to continue the story. Convenient timing, as always. But this place here is basically just run in and one-shot literally everything. It either shows how strong we are or how weak they are. There's only really one difference in how this whole place can go. If Gardenia, the gym leader, put you into Blaze, you teach Cut over Lear instead of Ember because you don't need it for the next commander that we're about to fight in a minute. That's really good, by the way. That Glamyar has Fake Out, but that random AI kicking in doesn't always use it. But you can one-shot everything with Ember in Blaze, except for one of the scientists. You have to use Flame Wheel on the scientist, no matter what. Cascoon. Only $64 to go, guys. Get those donations in. Hit the big 10k mark.
But yeah, I've got a $50 donation here from Mr. Resetti, who says, You and me ain't met before? Yeah, whatever. Look, I get it. Sometimes you gotta reset the run. Happens to all of us. But yeah, you keep that up. Files. It's my job to keep you honest. My job, kid. Here's $50 to keep my name in the game. And we have He Who Is Pale donating $40. Girl saying, I believe this is the acceptable meme format. Very close. We are stunningly close.
Lucario, I see in the chat there, it looks different. what you remember. That's because in Platinum, they completely changed the layout of this place, and you have to fight no trainers before, like, the boss of this place. You get to fight after this guy. This is the scientist I was talking about that you have to use Flame Wheel on. There's no alternatives here. You don't actually get hit at all by anything in here. It's quite pitiful. Nice.
Yeah, we just hit 10,000 with this donation here from Tetralee, who says 10K Pan May. It's the K in the dollars each towards 10K Pan May for the bids. Bid war for the Earthbound names. But anyway, congratulations everybody, we have made it to $10,000, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you all for your generosity. Thanks for making our event a success. I knew we could do it, and you know, we're only going up from here, but even so, congratulations everybody. We've still got like 8 hours to go? More than that. Sorry, we have like 12 hours to go. We're projected to end at 12:37 p.m. Eastern. 12:32, so we have 12 hours and 5 minutes by the schedule, which probably means, you know, we'll probably be much more than that, but
yeah, congrats.
Congratulations.
Really huge milestone. That fight had the potential to go horribly. That skunk tank has a move called Smokescreen, which lowers your accuracy so you can miss moves. And after one Smokescreen, general rule is that I hit nothing after one, but then after about 3 I can hit everything. It's really, really weird. But yeah, that had a really, really high potential to go quite badly. But thankfully, we did hit through the one Smokescreen. That was the last fight of the game. We just have to free ourselves here. We have to get an Explorer's Kit, which we have to get. We cannot bypass this, which is really, really annoying. Because if you try to leave without this, you just get pushed back into the city. And then he says he's lonely because we won't help him. We won't take his challenge and become a great underground person. So we get the bike here, and this is literally the entire build-up. You get the bike, and then you can just glitch. Ah, nice execution already. I will save here because this is the potential. If I mess it up, I can lose everything. Now we get the iconic message of Generation 4, saving a... Great OBS issues, nice. I'll delay here. while I wait for my OBS because it's randomly decided to disconnect.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, we're still in here. OBS couldn't handle saving all that data, everyone says. Yeah, let me know if there is something I can do to help on your end, or on my end rather. And
No, I'm pretty sure it's just my end. Couldn't have picked a worse time, OBS, could you?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I've now been given the message reconnecting in 30 seconds. I can stall in this wee waiting room before we do all the glitches.
Too much data.
Too much. Iconic Generation 4.
Have you caught any other runs?
Pardon?
Any of the other runs during the marathon?
I've been in and out pretty much for the entire marathon. I can't even remember. I've been in and out quite a lot.
Are there any that have particularly tickled your fancy?
Oh, the Final Fantasy randomizer that was right before mine was really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before, but I'll say it again. I really like watching. I really like watching randomizer, and I'm kind of interested in getting into it.
This might be an issue that I have to restart OBS for. Nice.
Go ahead and try it. We Lucario, yeah, FF Rando. It is extremely yeah, we'll have a VOD up soon. A little bit weird because my computer crashed in the middle of it. But regardless, everybody was super gracious and held on. The runners paused. It's real cool. Pokemon Diamond only, or do you run any other Pokemon games?
I run Pokemon Black. Pokemon Black is my main game. I have both of the world records in them for both English and Japanese.
I apologize for not knowing ahead of time.
Oh, no, I can't access the channel. Sweet.
Sweet.
Maybe it thinks I'm already on that same stream, Kay. I don't know.
Let's try one.
Love how it was perfectly fine, didn't drop a single frame right up into the point. Right to the point that I was really excited to do. Yeah, it's not doing that either.
If you don't mind.
No, it looks like OBS isn't going to play ball with us right now. Thanks, OBS. Nice.
Try 2. And it might not be OBS's fault. It could be
Try 3, did you say? Three. Let's try 3. Ah, there we go. At least it's connected.
getting it.
You getting a feed or?
I am trying to. 3, right?
Yeah. It
You
says
have
it has
dash 3.
connected, but
I believe you. And is a bit frustrating.
I could reconnect to it, maybe.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
There we go. That should definitely be it now. That should 100% be it.
Hey, we got it. We got it.
All right, let's go. OBS is a lovely program. So what you're going to see here is I'm going to be doing really, really weird movement. This is called tweaking. Basically, the game is designed in like, I think it's 16 by 16 grids, and in between these grids are things called load lines. And if I cross these load lines at a certain speed in a certain way, the game doesn't know where I'm trying to go, and it basically freaks out. So I do tweaking there, and I'm gonna waste a bit of time here catching that special poke I was talking about. I had no specific poke in mind. It's just a tribute. A fellow Pokemon speedrunner of mine recently lost his pet just yesterday. So we're going to be catching and entering the Hall of Fame. So because his pet was called Boo, we are going to be naming our tribute Boo. And additionally, I will only be going into the Hall of Fame with Boo, because Boo is the true champion. Completely forgot about that. I don't have the bag. So we're going to be doing here is another tweak. Got it first try, which was really nice. It's definitely the right tile, right? Yeah, it is. Pretty convinced this is the right tile. Basically, what I'm doing now is I have saved, and now I'm going to reset. That'll reload the map. And we're going to be inside a building. Which is perfectly normal, trust me. So move a tile down, and we can run about outside this building in the void. It's called the void glitch. So we just have to run left for a wee bit until we enter the Veilstone store. Which we have. Let me save again. So after this, move another tile, and then reset again, because now we're in the Pokemon League. Perfectly legitimately. We didn't cheat at all to get in here. What are you talking about? Don't save, I'll crash OBS. Not again.
Killer. I mean, they always say that speedrunners aren't supposed to save, so...
Move left again, and now we're in the Hall of
Is
Fame.
this OBS agrees.
This is what I said earlier, by Rowan is here, but we can't see him. Time is coming up, so just be ready for that. Boo. Time is now.
Sweet.
Even with all that, I was underestimate.
Congratulations.
Oh, even with 2 spinners and about 5 minutes of OBS. Yeah, that was really, really fun.
That was fantastic.
Thank you for having me here.
For your... Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your run.
And congratulations again on the 10k. Congratulations to everyone. And thank you to all of the donators.
Yeah,